In a house in the countryside, geologist Abby is spending time with her older sister Beth. They've recently lost their mother, so they're trying to support each other emotionally to work through their grief. Tragedy strikes again when Beth is diagnosed with an advanced stage of leukemia. None of the doctors takes her case because there's nothing they can do to help. However, Abby refuses to give up and learns of a foreign clinic that provides less ethical treatments. To pay for sending Beth there, Abby has to take a very risky job. Sometime later, Abby arrives at the Georgian Caucasus, close to the border with Russia. She's been hired by a private metal mining company to look for uranium deposits. Her father disapproves of this since he thinks Abby could have a much better career than being a company's dog, but she's too desperate to save her sister. She even asks for an advanced payment, but her boss can't pay her if she doesn't find something. Abby and her co-worker Sergey spend long hours searching for uranium to no avail. They're supposed to stay in the specified areas, however Abby decides to continue her search in the forest. Sergey disagrees and points out that it could be dangerous, so Abby takes his gun and tells him to leave without her. There are many creepy noises in the woods that make Abby a little nervous at first. Eventually she calms down when she finds a very strange piece of black rock. Back at headquarters, Abby runs a bunch of tests and notices that the rock's temperature is very high, but she's still unable to identify it. Her excitement over this discovery is interrupted by a call from her dad, who informs her that he's pulling Beth out of the clinic and bringing her home to let her die in peace among loved ones. She's against the idea, so she tells him that she'll go home to take care of everything. At that moment the building shakes and the lights flicker. Once it passes, Abby packs up and asks Sergey to drive her to the airport. She gets on a helicopter to go home and chats with the pilots, who tell her they'll fly near the border just to remind the Russians who the valley belongs to. After a few hours of flying, Abby is shocked to see birds at this altitude. However, when the helicopter changes its course, she realizes the shape outside it's not birds, it's a mysterious black shadow that makes a crackling noise. The pilot says it's getting closer before the helicopter starts shaking and the black surrounds the windows before it flies away. Then the chopper's systems go down, including the radio. They should land immediately, but the engine stops working as well. Abby puts on her seatbelt as the helicopter loses speed and altitude, making it hard to breathe. She concentrates on her breathing and thinks about her sister, closing her eyes to avoid seeing the helicopter crash right in the mountains. While unconscious, Abby dreams of telling her father not to do anything drastic while she's gone and promising to be back soon. Eventually she wakes up bleeding inside the wreckage and notices that part of the chopper is on fire. To make matters worse, one of the pilots is dead. Abby checks on the other guy and bandages his injury, telling him to apply pressure. Then she goes outside to yell for help to no avail. When she returns to the helicopter, the pilot tells her how to use the emergency radio, but no matter how many times she tries, nobody picks up her call. Then Abby checks a map and calculates that the closest road is 60,000 kilometers to the south. She decides to break a bunch of boxes and start a big fire, hoping someone will see it from a distance. The next morning, Abby discovers the second pilot has also died. She has a panic attack and cries as she realizes she is trapped alone in the wilderness. Later, while trying to sleep inside the chopper, she dreams about Beth and her weak health, which wakes her back up. She goes outside to get warm by the flames, but her fire has gone out. Refusing to give up, Abby gathers every useful item she can find in the helicopter, including a gun and a flare. Once she's covered her body in enough layers of clothes, she follows a compass to try to find the south road. As soon as she walks away from the helicopter, she hears the sound of radio static. She